Hello again, and welcome to the latest and, to this point, most impromptu edition of the Fit Family Foundations podcast. I am your host, Victor Fernandez. Thank you once again for joining me for episode 2 of this particular week, Thanksgiving week. I wasn't planning on doing a second one. To be honest with you, it was about 10 minutes ago when I decided, you know what? I'm going to do a Thanksgiving edition of the podcast. I'm just going to wing it. So full disclosure, no preparation, just putting this out there because I have some things to say about two people in particular heading into this Thanksgiving holiday weekend, because I'm thankful for everyone that's a part of my life. That goes without saying. People that have come into my life for a season, for a reason, for forever. All of you out there have touched my life in some way, shape, or form. But there are two people in particular that I'm very grateful for and thankful for at this time of year and all year long, but I especially this time of year. The two women in my life, the two most important women in my life, the woman who gave me birth, who gave me life, my mom, Georgette Fernandez, and of course, the woman who, despite dealing with this guy right here, decided to marry me anyway, my wife, Shelley. And the reason I'm pointing out both of them is because I'm not the easiest person to deal with. I'm just going to throw that out there. I know some of you out there that know me well are extremely shocked, knock you over with a feather. I get it, because you just never saw that one coming, right? I'm not the easiest person to deal with. I'm very strong-willed and strong-minded, and let's face it, stubborn and at times pig-headed as well. So it takes a special kind of woman to put up with me and to deal with me. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna pull any punches with this episode. And these two women have put up with a lot over the years. My mom for 51 years now. My wife now 17 years now. Going on 18. And, so I wanted to give them special thanks today because, my life has gone in a lot of different directions over the years. And it's hasn't been the easiest for anyone to really get me pointed in the right direction, get me moving in the right direction, to help me stay on course. And with my mom especially, I don't know where I'd be right now or what kind of person I'd be right now if it wasn't for her, because she has taught me so much over the years. Most of all, how to be a hardworking, compassionate human being who would do anything and everything for anyone. That's my mom to this day. To this day, she doesn't think about herself. And it's not even that she puts herself second. She doesn't put herself in any spot. She doesn't think about herself at all. It's about everybody else who needs something, who needs help with something. She's there. And I know for me, it's been especially tough to see her struggle the way she has over these past few years, and really most notably over the past year or so. For those of you who know me or listen to my podcast, you know that my father, Victor Fernandez, who, by the way, turns 79 years old today. Today is his birthday, November 23rd. She is his sole caretaker. He's a little over 5 years removed from his second and most major stroke. And his health has gone downhill over these last 5 years, and especially over this last year. And, with me living as far away as I do, I can't be there for them on a daily basis as much as I would like to. And yeah, the thought has crossed my mind about moving back home, but I can tell you this much: my mom won't have any of it. As much as she would love to have us all there, she doesn't want us to uproot our lives for her. Although if the roles were reversed, she would uproot her life for us without thinking twice about it. So it's, like I said, it's been definitely difficult and challenging to see what she's had to deal with over the past several years. And she's not getting any younger either. She just turned 77. She doesn't have the strength, as much as she tries, to take care of someone who's in need of major care day in and day out. But she keeps doing it each and every day without fail. My dad ended up in the hospital a few weeks ago, and now he's in a rehab facility, and she's there every day. No matter what she has to do, no matter what's going on, she's there every day to be by my dad's side to help take care of him, because that's what she believes she has to do. Family takes care of family, and that's she personifies that. So I try my best to help her as best I can. It never seems like enough. And frankly, no matter what I do, no matter what I've done to this point, no matter what I'll do moving forward until, one of us or both of us leave this earth, it's never going to seem like enough. It's never going to seem like I'm able to finally repay her and say thank you in such a way that it no longer pales in comparison to what she's done for me throughout my 51 years on this earth. So I'm very thankful for her. I'm also very thankful for my wife, Shelley. I'm doing this when she's not here so I don't embarrass her, but she's probably going to end up listening to it anyway. So I guess it kind of defeats the purpose, don't you think? But again, much like my mom, she's had to put up with a lot. I've gone through a lot of changes in our time together. We've been together now a little over 20 years, married 17. And I've gone through a lot of changes in that time. Physical changes, mental, emotional changes, spiritual changes. And I've had many highs and lows, and she's had to deal, come hell or high water, with every last one of them. And I can't imagine it's been easy. Like I said earlier, I'm not the easiest person to deal with. Complicated, I guess, is the word that, complex. I'm sure there's other words that could get thrown in there. They're probably not quite as nice as those. But she's had to put up with me in a lot of different ways. And the biggest ways is when I started my health and fitness journey and wanted to change the way I looked, the way I felt, the way I viewed myself. She was there every step of the way. And when I decided I was going to leave a safe and successful career in sports journalism after 26 years to start a business in the health and fitness industry, in a field that I'd never had any prior experience in, aside from my own personal journey, in an industry where there's no such thing as a steady income. It isn't one of those where, I made this amount today and in 2 weeks I'll make the same amount. It doesn't work that way. You could make more, you could make less, you could make a lot, you could make none. And it could have been very easy for her to say, no, hard pass. We're not doing this. You've got a family to support. You need the stability of a job that has a steady paycheck, that has steady benefits. You can't do this to us, not now. But she didn't do that. She certainly didn't say that. And she supported me every step of the way, even though I'm sure it scared the living daylights out of her when I decided to do this, when I decided to make a complete about face in my own personal life and professional life that was going to impact everyone in my family in some way, shape, or form. She's been there every step of the way. I think she has a sense of when I'm doing really well, when I'm not doing quite so well, where I think I'm getting ahead or when I think I'm getting behind, when I think I'm on top of the world or when I think I'm struggling. She seems to get a sense, have a pretty good sense of and a pretty good grasp of where I am most days. And it may not be in the same place twice on consecutive days. So I want her to know how thankful I am to have her in my life by my side. It's not one of those behind every great man is a great woman things. No, by my side, heck, walking in front of me. And I want her to know that I appreciate everything she does and appreciate just the overall support that she's provided for me each and every day at times when things were scary and things were hairy. That's why I wanted to do this. I just kind of threw this together at the last minute. I wanted to speak from the heart, didn't really prepare anything, didn't quite know what direction this episode was going to go in, but what I had to say, what I was able to say, needed to be said. And I'm glad I did. So for all of you out there listening, I truly appreciate and I'm grateful and thankful for all of you. Make sure you tell those in your inner circle, your family, your friends, those you care about the most, that you're thankful for them, not just during the holiday season, but each and every day, all year round. Thank you once again for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and leave a great review. Share this with anyone and everyone that you cross paths with. And as always remember, generational health begins with you.